Hello, true believers. Welcome to my channel, Mr. Miracle Comics. My name is Dave, and today we have 5 more undervalued comic books for us to take a look at. Alright, guys, before we get started on the list, I just want to thank everybody for watching this stuff. And if you're watching this channel, you are a hardcore collector because I don't get a huge amount of views or anything like that. Recently, I was kind of thinking that, like I see a lot, like I'm going to show you a bunch here. A lot of the comic books that we've spec'd on from back in the, back over the last 2 years that wind up on top 10 lists or become really hot keys to pick up, right? Like these are all books that we've spec'd on earlier on this channel that I hope you picked up at least a few of them that have come really hot. Now, I don't feel like it's my channel doing this. I don't think it's us doing this in the market, right? I don't get enough views. Like I said, you guys are hardcore to find me and follow my videos. Because I'm not the most popular comic book channel out on YouTube, that's for sure. But I do have a good track record of pulling out keys, and I mean this isn't even close to all of them, right? I'm just pulling out a few that I just could grab from around before I started the video. If I really thought that it was me influencing the comic market and getting these books to pop off and become really hot books, I probably would stop these videos, right? I wouldn't. My idea is to help people get their comics, not hinder them, right? Not, inflate the tires on all of these kind of comic books and get their prices way up there so that people can't complete their Spider-Man run because all of a sudden Mr. Miracle Comics speculated on this and now it's huge. If I thought that was happening, I would stop, right? I don't want that to happen. I'm here to help you guys out so that we can get these books cheap, right? Like I was showing you, I think $10 for that one. I know I paid like about $20 for that one. These were dollar bin divers when we were looking at them. All of these were dollar bin books. Star Wars #2, way back. We must suspect them that a while ago. It was such a cheap book. Has gone off. Heir to the Empire was cheap when we spec'd on it. I can keep going through all of that stuff. I really appreciate you guys doing that, and I hope you've been picking up a few of these books, and I hope, I get these books to make these videos, and I've been pretty happy with the books that I've been collecting over the last couple of years to make these videos. A lot of them have turned into really big keys and tripled, quadrupled in price, and still have a lot of potential to go, right? I mean, but we got them before that potential started, right? Before the high tide started rolling in, we had that book in our collection, and I really like the feeling of, seeing that book on Comic Tom's top 10 list or the CBSI top 10 list or Key Collector or whatever you're using to follow your top 10 hot books, and I already have it. And I've already told you guys to get it, right? And you can see in the chat or in my comments sometimes in our videos that people, yeah man, I picked up this book for cheap and now it's on this list. And yeah man, thanks for the advice. I picked up this. So hopefully you're one of those people, and you're actually buying a few of these books. Like, don't buy every book that I recommend. I'm not clairvoyant. I don't know what's coming up in terms of what books are going to be hot or what. I'm just using my best reasoning as a comic collector and my best experience as a comic collector to put these books out there and help you guys out. I don't go and look on other people's channels of what they're doing. Try not to follow trends. I want to get ahead of the trend. I want you guys to be ahead of the trend. I want you to have these hot books in your collection before they become hot books. So the day they become a hot book, you can take a picture of it and post it on Instagram and be like, yeah, man, I've had this for 6 months. You guys are late to the party, right? That's what I want for you guys. All right. That being said, guys, again, thank you for watching all the time. I really appreciate every view that I get and every subscriber that I get. I really, really, really do. And let's get into our top 5, or into our 5 picks for today. So, lately we had a big rumor coming along. Okay, so let's get into our 5 undervalued books for this video. All right. Ooh, my buddy's come to visit me. Here we go. All right. So recently, there's been a confirmation that Hasbro is going to put out a G.I. Joe streaming show, and it's supposedly centered around Lady J, who's one of the big female characters in G.I. Joe: The Real American Hero. If that happens, if the streaming show happens, I would expect to see a bunch more of the different characters show up. It wouldn't just be the Lady J show. It would probably be, her working with different team members. That's kind of G.I. Joe's jam, right? They don't, work alone. They work as a team, and so I think it's a good idea to, streaming shows have shown that they can really influence a comic book. So I think it's good that we could pick up a few of the other characters' first appearances in G.I. Joe. And the first book I want to bring up, it's from 1983, and it is G.I. Joe number 11. All right. So this one is my Canadian price variant. I collect Canadian price variants, or as we call them here in Canada, the price, right? So they're about a 1 in 10 variant. This book has the first appearance of Airborne, Doc, Gung Ho, Snow Job, Wild Weasel, and Destro. Very good book, has tons of first appearances in it. Chances are one or two of these guys are going to show up in the streaming show. There's a movie that's going to come out. That's also going to help pump the tires for the Lady J show or whatever G.I. Joe streaming is going to happen. Hasbro's really, taking a look at what Disney's done with their streaming service, and I think they're going to try and do like similar sorts of things. A lot of these sort of streaming services are going to start coming out now that we have such a big success, not just with Netflix, but with Disney showing up, HBO Max showing success, right? So when Hasbro puts out their streaming shows, the Lady J show, I would definitely want to get a few of these characters, especially Doc, Airborne. There's very few black G.I. Joe members. Doc and Airborne are two of the original ones, right? So it's almost a lock that they're going to show up in some way. Gung Ho, super popular character. Snow Job, super popular character. And of course, Destro. Destro's, next to Cobra Commander, he's the big villain, right? So his first appearance is as, I guess it's a cameo. He's not even really named, but he does appear in the book as his first appearance here in number 11. So normally I would look to pay somewhere around the $10 to $15 range for this book. Maybe it can go a little more. I mean, you might even get lucky and find her in a dollar bin. Hopefully, right? Just leave them through the dollar bin. So look for number 11. Lots of first appearances in it. Good chance that some of these characters will show up in a streaming show if there is one. So from 1983, G.I. Joe: The Real American Hero, number 11. Look to pay somewhere between a dollar bin to $20, $15 for this guy. Don't overpay any more than that. All right. Oh, I know you're there, buddy. I know. I'm doing a video. Okay, so number 2 on our list. Let's hit another G.I. Joe one. This one's a villain appearance, but this book is like dirt cheap right now, and if this character does show up, it could very well pop this one a little bit. So again, from 1983, it is G.I. Joe number 15, which has the first appearance of Major Blood, B-L-U-U-D, Blood. He's a popular character. He was in one of the G.I. Joe movies, really underutilized. I think that he could be more of a like a more prominent character in a streaming service, possibly. Like I said, this book is dirt cheap. I paid the $5, and I don't even think I paid the full price for that. I think this was part of a bunch that I bought all at once, and it's not a hard find, right? Number 15 for cheap. So look to pay, like I said, somewhere between $5 and $10, depending on the condition of this. Again, this one's a Canadian price variant, newsstand. Yeah, goodbye, I think. First appearance of Major Blood. All right, so this one's a newer spec. I think it's a good spec, though. I like it. There is a cartoon coming up, an animated cartoon next year, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. And we have seen the first issue of Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur has risen steadily. It's not been a big FOMO issue that's taken a huge spike, but it's been rising steadily. I think once we start seeing some trailers and some more, information about what exactly the Devil Dinosaur, Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur animated show is going to be, we could see more of that pop up. So I'm not speculating on that one in so much as I'm speculating on this one, which is the Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur #1 hip hop variant. All right, from 2015. Now, this guy, very few of these out there, and they are starting to rise quickly in price. This book flew under the radar for a very, very long time and starting to realize a little bit of love out there. So the price is starting to rise. Just like I was saying with the other issue, it hasn't been a big jump, it's been a steady rise. A little bit more expensive every month, a little bit more, a little bit more. When we see that stuff, variant issues like this, I think, are going to really jump up. I paid $30 for this one. I was looking on eBay and some other places. Their usual price is around $50 to $60 for this guy. Right, I bought this a couple months ago, and maybe I got a bit of a deal on that. You see all these little white marks? That's part of the cover. That's not a defect. This is a really, really nice mint copy. Those little white marks are part of the artwork. Right, and some of it's reflection off of my comic book bag, but yeah, I think that this is a good buy. I think variant editions don't always pop off as much as the A cover does, but this one is pretty rare, and people really, really, really like these hip hop variants. And I think this one has a lot of potential to, double, even triple in price once we kind of get closer to the Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur animation show. All right, so from 2015, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur #1, the hip hop variant. Really hard to get super nice copy of this because of that black cover. A lot of people think that that's a defect, but like I said, that little scratchy looking thing, that's actually part of the cover. It's supposed to be there. Okay, so we spec'd on this book before, and I think I'm going to bring it up again, just because it's one of those books that again, I've seen this book starting to jump up in price, and especially since when we first spec'd on it, it was about a $15 book. Now it's at least double that in price, if not almost triple that in price. And it is from 1983, and it is Moon Knight. Oh, sorry, from 1982, and it is Moon Knight #25. All right, and this has the first appearance of Black Spectre. So he is like the anti-Moon Knight. He has very similar powers, all the similar stuff, but he's the bad guy, right? So Black Spectre in here, double-size issue, Bill Sienkiewicz cover, great Bill Sienkiewicz cover, but that jet black again, right? We're pulling out a few of these black covers here today. Hard to find in super high grade, and I've seen the price of this go. Now you got to do your shopping a little bit with this one now to get a good price. Prices for this have jumped up. It's not a $15 book anymore. If you can get it for $15, more power to you. If you can find it somewhere, flea market or wherever, in whatever area you are for cheap, grab it. It's almost a lock that this guy is going to be in the Moon Knight streaming show, right? We haven't gotten really very much information about what's happening with the Moon Knight show. It hasn't really started filming yet, blah, blah, blah. We know that, some of the actors have been cast, and we don't have any real information about the story. I'm simply speculating that this villain, it's kind of one of those made for the TV streaming show service kind of thing, and really good sort of dichotomy to challenge Moon Knight, right? Same powers, same sort of godlike beings, pushing their powers against them and stuff. So they're evenly matched, and it makes for good drama, right? You don't know who's going to win when in that sort of scenario. So from 1982, Moon Knight #25. First appearance of the Black Spectre. Look to pay somewhere around the $50 mark for this guy if you do your shopping right. There's a lot of people on eBay right now asking a stupid price for this. Don't overpay. It's not a FOMO situation yet. Okay, you're not going to miss out at this point. Do your shopping. Take a breath before you buy anything, and make sure that that's the copy you want. All right. So let's go with the last book on our list. This book is Star Wars book. You know, we love the Star Wars books here on Mr. Miracle Comics. I'm a big Star Wars fan. I hope a lot of you guys are big Star Wars fans too. I could watch Star Wars every day. I could eat it up. Um, so this book comes from 2016. It is Poe Dameron, #2. All right. So right now, this is the variant cover for that one. This is the ooh, who did this variant cover? Chabe? Is that how you pronounce his name? Anyway, this one's a variant cover. Um, uh, the normal cover is going for about cover price still, right? It's even though it's now 4 years ago. Um, this is a key book, and it is the first appearance of Captain Phasma, right? So Phasma has died in the movies, but now we're looking at things like the Mandalorian streaming show, and the Mandalorian falls in that period of time where the First Order is rising, right? The First Order is getting power, and you know Moff Gideon, who's the bad guy, one of the bad guys in the Mandalorian, has made connections with the First Order in that show, like put that two to two together. So there's a good chance that we're going to see, you know, the First Order starting to develop, getting their stormtroopers in a row, and Phasma rising through those ranks. Right, she probably won't be a captain at that point, but um, we won't see her in another movie. It's confirmed that you know it's canon that she has passed away in that Flynn killed her in the Last Jedi, and but this sorry, but you know, going back into the streaming services, we're going back into a different era, right? Just before those movies happened, and I really think that there's a good chance that we'll see this character show up. Like I said, getting in her own rise to power, in her own rise to glory, becoming that you know standout stormtrooper that can be the leader of a whole legion of other stormtroopers, right? And we know that these streaming shows, especially the Star Wars streaming shows, have caused books to go crazy, right? Even just the mention of a name in the show will pop the book off. Heir to the Empire, one of the ones that we spec'd on, right? As soon as Ahsoka Tano in the streaming show said, you know, I'm looking for Thrawn, boom, that book exploded, right? Luckily, we had spec'd on that long before she said that. Just, you know, using my brain, knowing the history of Star Wars and putting two and two together, I figured if Ahsoka Tano's showing up, Ezra Bridger is showing up, and so is Thrawn. And, you know, there it is. I have a good feeling about Phasma as well. She was a very big fan favorite, really, really underutilized in the movies, to much of the fans' disappointments. So they tend to pay a lot more attention to what the fans want in these streaming shows, right? And if she made another appearance, I think that would be a crowd pleaser, right? And you know, the Star Wars people would have to be idiots not to keep playing it up the way they have, like giving them that fan service all the time. That's what we want. Give it to us, right? You want to sell your show? Give us what we want. Give us what we want. I don't care what Rian Johnson wants. Brian should have been giving us what the fans want. That's a fan movie, not your movie. Anyway, from 2016, Poe Dameron, #2, first appearance of Captain Phasma. Look to see her maybe show up in one of the upcoming streaming shows in her rise to power. Oh, and yeah, pay cover price or less for that A cover. The variant cover that I got, I think I was about $6, like double the cover price, right? Anyway, that's been our video for today. I hope you found some picks there. Hope you know all my rambling on about you know this and that and everything today didn't deter you from you know subscribing to my channel. Like I said, I've shown you a few of the books. That's a very few. If you go back in my videos, you'll see I've got a pretty good track record of picking these books before they get hot, and I'm just here to help you guys. So, like I like to say, Wednesdays might be new comic book day, but every day is old comic book day. This has been Mr. Miracle Comics. I'll see you next video, guys. Thanks for watching.